Hello, and thank you for listening to the Fillet podcast, the best skateboard podcast in the world. Today is September 4th, 2019. I am Andrew Ariano, Too Deep, Grant Fiero, Reef Willard. Let's talk about Ishod. I'm hearing all types of good things about Ishod. Grant has a shoe from Ishod. Grant's Graham later. Spoiler is Ishod. He won Street League.
X Games.
Ishod. Oh, that too. He's going to win that too.
Yeah.
He's winning everything. Was it X Games?
Yes.
Where was X Games at? I didn't watch it, Reef. What was it at?
Norway, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, you know, I like Norway. I had some really, in the heyday of Drew's days, we had some cool new Norway viewers. I like those guys. So
Right
cool
on.
skaters in Norway, man. Norway's on the up and up. All right.
If I'm not wrong, Karsten Kleplin might be from out there, I think.
That's
he
it.
is.
He?
From Oslo.
Hmm.
Yeah, I believe so.
The X Games course looked pretty different kind of to me. At least
It did, yeah.
compared to the other ones that I've seen in the past couple of years. It was there was like the bump to rail that they had. It was a pretty big rail, and the bump didn't look too big. Yeah, the bump didn't look too big, so it kind of looked like, I don't know, off proportion. But I wasn't there, so I don't know. But
Yeah,
hey, Ishod killed it. He did some pretty cool stuff.
he did.
Yeah.
One thing that was nice is I don't end up watching a lot of the contests because they'll go down like in the middle of the afternoon or something. So I'm probably
Especially the
updating on,
difference in time zone.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that actually kind of helped for this one because normally, like, if a contest is like 3 p.m. on a Saturday, like I'm skating, I'm not gonna like be at home on my computer. But with this one, since it was in Norway with the time switch, it was at like 10 a.m. I think here. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll check it out. Watched it. Ishod qualified first, and I was like, whoa, like that's tight. But we've also seen in the past sometimes Ishod will qualify first and then kind of get a little burnt out or get a little over it in the finals. But finals started and he put down his first run, and I was like, dude, if Ishod wins right now, it's gonna be so sick. And it was also the day his colorway was dropping, his version of the Nike SB Bruin. And that first run held up basically and won the contest, which was sick.
Yeah, that run was. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that run was amazing. He, I think his second run, because I think they got 3 runs in this one. I don't know if that's always the case, but his second run, he almost did it. I think he did it in his third run. He did like a kickflip, blunt to front blunt out or whatever.
Yes, dude.
Oh
so
my god,
sick.
so sick. His style is so casual, but at the same time, his like the technicality of his tricks, it's crazy. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like he was doing that back over crook in his line, like nothing, and that's, I don't know, it's crazy.
I wanted that third one. On his third run, there was only one person that was gonna go after him. So no matter what, like on his third run, it was like, all right, Ishod's at least getting second, but like he's probably gonna win. But I just wanted that run to go down with the kickflip front blunt because the kickflip front blunt was so sick. Like the way he right when he locked into the blunt, he like bounced out of it, but then he stuck the kickflip back lip. He didn't land it, so it didn't beat his other run, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was just cool to see Ishod put everything together, and it looked like how he always does, like at contests where he's just flowing around. Like it doesn't look, it just looks natural. It looks like it's just him skating that course for a minute or 45 seconds, whatever the time is.
It doesn't look like he was wearing his new shoe, was he?
No, he was just wearing some blazers. But dude, I also thought it was sick. Wally off that handrail into the bank was cool. You just don't see stuff like that, like in the contest run, really.
Luan shaved his mustache.
I agree.
What?
That was Drew's pumped on the stash bingo.
Oh man!
Did you guys listen to the post interview after you have won? He talks about that loaded baked potato song. I had to listen to it after because I was like, what is he hyped on? He said he's been listening to it on repeat, and it's actually pretty. I don't know. It's pretty funny, pretty catchy. It's not my type of music, but I like it.
I looked it up mainly because I thought the name was so funny. But the same thing, I was like, if Ishod's listening to it on repeat, like I just want to know what it sounds like. Yeah. But I think I was doing something else too because I looked it up on Apple Music, but I haven't actually listened to it yet. I think it's probably still like sitting there in my searches.
Luan Oliveira is sick.
Dude,
Damn.
Luan's kickflip nose slide was so cool. Like up that kind of like step up to quarter pipe thing. He skated like a bank to ledge. The kickflip nose
Yeah.
slide was amazing. That was super
He
rad.
did the switch big heel revert. That was dope.
Oh yeah, like 360 on the hip.
Yeah, he's crazy with that one.
So
Also thought it was sick in Ishad's run. He did that like blunt kickflip fakie. It's kind of towards the end. He was like almost not in a bad way, but kind of going back and forth, like hit the hip, the quarter pipes, and he was going slow on that little like or it was like a bump to rail that he backsmithed. He was just going. It looked like wow, like he's going pretty slow to skate this thing. Is he gonna be able to get up there? And just looked so casual and stood on backsmith. Like, dude, he's just the best.
what happened to Nyjah? He didn't qualify?
He didn't go.
Ankle.
He hurt.
Oh.
They were talking about that actually a lot, but
Of
I
course
mean,
they were.
it was still I mean, for what it is, Ishod was skating against Yuto, and Yuto is very high caliber contest skater nowadays. So, I mean, it's a win, a huge win. I think it was pretty sick.
Yeah, and it's always cool to see someone that doesn't normally win those contests. You know, like Ishod's there and he skates them, but I don't see him like, win contests super often. So that was cool.
Yeah.
What's up, Drew?
Ishad's post-win interview said, "How does it feel that you won?" He said, "Honestly, I don't really care. I'm just here. Whatever happens, happens. I'm here to have fun."
I remember that.
That
That's
trophy,
exactly why it's sick.
that trophy's kind of trippy. It looks like it's a bunch of paper clips around his neck, and it's like a big piece of wood that's broken.
His post interview is like defines to me why it's so cool that he won that type of contest. Because there's dudes there, then that's fine. Like there's dudes there, that's their thing. Like when Nyjah's at a contest, like he's there to win. And that's his thing. He's the contest dude. But it's tight. Ishad's like, I don't know. I was just having fun and it worked out. Sick.
The guy that also interviewed him on his post-win interview said, he said even when the bell rang, you were still skating.
On his winning run, he goes for another like 10 or 15 seconds.
All the other skaters are like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's my turn. It's my heat. I'm trying to get my shit.
Dude, I love that. It's so sick. That even shows that it's just like him flowing around the course. Like the thing ended, and then he did like a front heel or something weird on the quarter pipe. I think did a trick on the rail, and then I think stuck like front to flip on the A-frame, and then got off the course or whatever. But it's just cool him flowing around. It's tight.
I agree.
Cool stuff, man. We were talking about a new shoe right now. Grant, you happen to cop a pair of these shoes. You told us off air the unique design on it. Could you share again?
Yeah, so on Saturday, which was the day Ishod won that X Games contest, his shoe, his version of the Nike SB Bruin came out. So I was just showing Drew and Reef. It's suede on the outside for both shoes, like wherever you would be flicking and everything, obviously. And then the inner side of the shoe is all mesh, which is just like for breathability, basically, which makes sense, obviously. If you get sweaty and hot, especially like in the summer, and Ishod seems to be the type of dude that'll skate all day, so it makes sense he would want something like that. It's split like right down the middle on the toe. It has this little Nike SB tagging. So it's suede here, and then it switches to mesh. And it goes all the way up like through the tongue even is suede one half, mesh the other. So, yeah, that's pretty much what he did to the Bruin.
Do you think that what you labeled tagging, the tag in the middle, do you think that piece of tape or that piece of material holds the two molds together?
It looks like it does. Yeah, it looks like it does because there's stitching on both sides of it, like on the suede side of it and then on the meshing side of it. So I would imagine that it does. Or it's just supposed to look like it does, but I think it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do normal Bruins have that middle stitching in it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they just put that there for sure to at least look like it's holding them together, but it seems like that's actually what it's there to do. But yeah, normally there's nothing like that on the toe. So that's definitely a difference as well. And this is part of like the Nike Orange Label collection that they started recently, where it's just sold in specific skate shops. I mean, a pretty big list of them, but like this isn't available on the Nike website, at least not right now. I don't know if maybe they wait and put it on there later, but just try to support skate shops. So I think that's cool. Cool thing to do.
Oh, it's just on skate shops right now?
Yeah. I mean, there's online shops that have it too, like Tactics and CCS and stuff, but it's not on the Nike site right now, and I don't think it would be on like Zoomies or like places like that.
You think Skate Warehouse has it?
Yeah. Places like that have it for sure.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. And have you skated said shoe yet?
Not a Shods version. I've skated Bruins plenty of times, but not these. Just got them, but I'll skate them once my current skate shoes are done.
Are you a fan of the Dunks, Grant?
I think that shoe can look cool, but I wouldn't wear them or skate in them. It's not really like my style of shoe. That's like a bulky shoe. I can't skate in that.
Yeah, that shoe is real cool, man. I had the nastiest tray flips in it. People couldn't hang.
They're sick. That's just not my. Yeah,
people
couldn't hang.
Yeah,
you got the best trays.
I was out there. Paul was like, "Fuck!" He was like, "I thought that was me." I was like, "Dude, don't trip. It's just Drew. Don't."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Where'd you skate with Paul at?
Oh, dude, he sees me around. Look at Grant trying not to spit his water out.
Yeah, I'm glad you and Paul run into each other.
Yeah, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about. You guys were talking about it for quite a bit during the week. Miles Silvas no longer part of numbers. Grant, you had a lot of, and right now you're having a hard time keeping that lip locked. What? Please tell us everything how you feel about it.
As far as the numbers announcement, it's not super surprising to me because he's openly grew up a lot and been friends with Alan Hannon, who's the main filmer over at Primitive now. And Alan and a lot of the Primitive dudes seem to have been going up to Sacramento a lot, and Miles have been on the sessions with them. And so, I mean, I obviously had seen that on Instagram and stuff, but I wasn't thinking the whole time like, oh, he's going to quit. He's going there for sure. I was just like, like those are his boys, whatever. They're in Sacramento. That's like Miles' city. Like he'll show them around. But at the same time, I wasn't going to be surprised if he ended up quitting. And that was the case. He posted yesterday that he is leaving numbers. And the numbers it just doesn't really make sense to me. Like thinking about numbers, like what has happened with numbers in the past couple of years. Obviously, they could be dealing with like whatever issues internally that I know nothing about. But just from my perspective.
And what do you mean by that? You're saying the last things that have happened through numbers throughout the years. What does that mean for listeners?
I just mean that like it doesn't seem like they've done much. And the reason I said that maybe they have stuff internally and that maybe they have the reasons for why it's happened, but it just to me like hasn't really made sense. Like they have this amazing lineup of a team. They have Miles Silvas, one of the most relevant and like a lot of kids' favorite skater. They have Antonio Doral, they have Magnus, like these Euro dudes. They have such a cool lineup, but all we've seen is like a couple videos, and then kind of slowed down from there. It doesn't really seem like the team was skating together. They're all pretty spread out, and there wasn't like trips of them skating together often. It just didn't seem like it really ever got going almost. So I'm not too surprised to see him leave, honestly. But
you think that's part of him leaving, or you think the weather is better at Primitive?
So your mind's made up. That's where he's going. I think he's going there too. But
yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, Prim Squad. I mean, they got everything over there. They got Paul. And that's about it.
I don't know.
That's about it. That was good.
No, I think definitely it has to do with how things went at numbers. Like I could have seen him staying there if it was really like numbers was traveling and making video projects and doing more for him and with the team and stuff. But it kind of seemed like it was just he was skating their boards, and that was kind of it. They don't have boards come out very often. They didn't seem to be traveling very much. So he must just feel like he could get a better opportunity somewhere else. And I would assume he's headed to Primitive as well. Like I said, with Alan being one of his really close friends, who's the filmer over there. And I've seen him skate with some of those dudes as well. So I won't be surprised if that's where he's headed.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And didn't, if I remember correctly, numbers got hacked. Their Instagram got hacked.
Still hacked.
Oh, it is?
It's been over a week. Yeah, they haven't gotten it back yet.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. That doesn't probably have to do anything with miles, but I'm just saying they're having some type of issues over there. So it's weird.
Yeah.
It just feels like, to me, when numbers came out, it was based on, honestly, I mean, Mark Gonzalez named the company. Then it was like two legends starting the company, and it was like really cool at first. And their ways of making videos was really cool, but like what Grant had said, like they haven't really developed, it seemed like, as a company throughout the years. Or I guess you didn't say exactly like that, but it's in my words. They didn't really develop. So I could see why Miles had left.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I just think of it like, look at Primitive. Primitive's been around a few years. Primitive's, I think, just turned 5 years old as a board brand. Numbers is probably like 2 years or something, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And Primitive obviously has had a lot of financial success, it has seemed like, with their big collaborations and stuff, and they were able to have a huge team and travel a bunch and stuff. But they very much so have like a feel, and their video projects have like a consistency, and you see them traveling all the time. And Numbers, it just seemed like it kind of lacked that. Their video projects did have a feel, though. They were filmed both by Colin Kennedy and like were very similar, and I thought it was cool. It was something different. Like when you watch the Numbers thing, out of those 2 edits that they did, it might have been 3. You knew it was theirs. Like their videos looked different, but they were just only happened a few times in the couple years that they've been around so far. So it just kind of lacked. It just seemed like there needed to be more. But that's just my opinion on it.
You guys have any other suspicions where Miles might be heading other than Primitive?
I don't know where else to go.
Yeah, I saw in the comments April, and I mean, that's not like too bad of a guess, but just from what what I see, it definitely could be Primitive.
Yeah, I agree, though. The only other comments I was really seeing a lot was everyone was pretty much Primitive April, and then there was random like Skate for Palace or Polar or some whatever. But I'd say he's going to. I won't be surprised if he lands at Primitive.
Yeah,
I don't see April. I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna just kind of keep it mellow. Probably add another dude, and then probably not add people for a while.
Hey, if he gets on Primitive, what animal will he get for his first board?
I do like how that's like a thing that people.
It is. It's cool. Yeah. Has a lion been done?
I don't think so.
I'm just thinking of the Sacramento Kings, and our mascot's a lion.
Oh, that could be cool. That would make sense.
Or maybe
How about a bear?
Oh, that's good. Has a bear been done? I think, or has a bull been done? Because he was rocking the Chicago Bulls jersey. I don't know. Seems like he likes the Bulls a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if
what did they give Diego?
I think he got a gorilla.
No, that's Tiago.
Oh, that's Tiago.
I feel like I can picture Diego's board, but I don't remember what the animal is. Is it like an elk or something?
Was Paul's?
I was trying to think.
Paul's
I think
was a
elk
hawk,
was
right?
It
was a bird for sure.
A bird, but I don't know if it was a hawk. Yeah, I don't know. A bird. The dude Mark Zapronzi that they just turned pro, the European guy, his was a giraffe.
Oh, that's sick.
Shane had the spider. I don't really know. That's kind of the only ones I could name off, honestly. I don't remember.
I think Trent had if I can remember, like a
bee.
Bug. A bee, yeah.
He had a bee.
Yeah. A bee.
Yeah, if I had an animal, I wanted to be a giraffe.
Why?
Okay.
You think they're tight?
I always wanted to be tall.
Your animal just relates to what you want to be, not like what you are.
Oh, what I am? Oh, I guess I'd be a pig.
Why is that?
Oh man,
because I'm always horny. I'm sniffing around. I'm just playing. You know, I'd be a fan of a cat. Has someone done a cat yet?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just want a household cat. Nothing too extravagant.
I haven't. Yeah, I don't think anyone's done a house cat.
What would you want, Grant? Would you want the giraffe?
Well, since someone on Primitive already has a giraffe, I kind of want to think of something else. But a draft would make sense because I'm kind of tall.
Well, if they done
I
a
think that's why
sloth,
Mara got it because that dude looks so tall.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I know what animal I would want, dude.
What
I
about
got
you,
mad.
Reef Willard?
I'll be a rabbit.
Damn, that was my second one. Is a rabbit or a turtle. I like the tortoise and the hair.
Damn, you know
tail.
what? The turtle would be G. Oh, I'm kind
That's my
of
favorite
jealous.
animal, so.
I'm gonna steal that. I'd do a turtle.
Yeah, they could do a turtle be like green foil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd want him to like be riding on his turtle shell. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing. Right on.
On the topic of Miles,
yeah. What else you got,
Yes.
Miles?
the hammer of a video part.
Amazing.
Reef, I'll let you go ahead. You said it's the must watch of the week.
Yeah, definitely a must watch. Let's start off. I mean, the two first clips, mirrored lines, and it's like amazing what he did on that rail. I've never been to that rail. I know it's local, and I hear it's huge. The switch front people back to regular 180 out. Oh my God. I mean, I have no words. I mean, you don't really even see people do that single trick. It's just, I don't know. It's crazy. And then I have also down the switch heel in SF. That looked unbelievable. And he looked like he had a battle maybe a little bit for it, but at the end of it, it was like one of the coolest clips I've seen in a long time on that spot.
Yeah.
Especially with now it has like I don't know what those little spikes are for. Maybe it's a skate block. I mean, people skate over it. Or maybe for birds. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only thing that would make sense. But I feel like the skate stopper. I remember someone fast planted it, so maybe they were like, maybe in their brain they're like, we put something on the hubba, then no one will skate it. But fast plant's the only trick those skate stoppers are stopping.
Yeah, and then the figgy flip up 3 up 3 down in SF as well. That was just
figgy flip, fakey Manny.
Yeah, the figgy flip, fakey Manny. Sorry, yeah, that was just. I don't know. I really like that trick, and it was really cool to see it get done on such a like memorable and historic spot in SF.
For sure.
So, and then what else? Oh yeah, Fakey Trey, Railsville triple set. I don't know how they got it skatable because I know that they skate blocked it with the yellow bumps a while ago.
Yeah, I knew there was something with the roll up.
Yeah, it's been gone. Like that has not been a skatable spot around here for a long time. But I was like, "What the heck? What did they had to have? They did something because I mean, you didn't hear it, you didn't see it. So
yeah, totally.
And that fakey tray was amazing.
Was literally picture perfect. Yeah,
it was picture perfect.
That's fakey tray better than that.
Yep.
You cannot fakey tray cleaner than that.
Jeff Landy was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, that was cool to see, dude. Yeah, you chose some good standout tricks. Yeah. Switch heel back lip on the hallway rail. Oh, amazing. So perfect. I mean, you said the mirror lines. Like, as soon as he did the front feeble back 180 and then they show him do switch tray next, I was like, dude, it's a mirror line to start. Like, that's so sick.
Yeah.
And then you're right. The switch front feeble back 180 was so amazing. Mm-hmm. Switch flip at EMB and SF. So heavy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Dude.
Damn.
So like you gotta go so fast. I actually noticed he had a PLA at the shop, PLA board on that clip.
Oh yeah.
And then big spin backtail heel flip on the hubba, land into the bank or like down ledge, whatever. I think it's in Paris. So sick. Did that really well, and I don't know. He's showing that he's one of the main big spin backtailers, as his ender was probably the longest big spin backtail to ever go down.
Yeah.
Amazing. So yeah, Miles always, that dude just like catches your eye, like skates so cool, has his own pretty unique style, like the way he rolls away from stuff. But it's never looked forced to me. It just looks like that's how he skates. He just looks so in control. It's really cool to watch. I like that you pointed out fakey flip, fakey Manny on 3 up 3 down in SF because, dude, fakey flip up at 3, like that's crazy on its own.
Yeah.
Probably had to go pretty fast to hold that one. He looked pretty stoked when he did it, so that was sick.
Yeah.
My favorite is anything has to do with the switch front crook. That one's always nasty, especially if you're gonna wear teal pants to do it. You just standing out like extra nasty.
That line, dude. That line.
Well, yeah, it is popped out so big over the ledge,
and in the middle of it too.
Yeah. And then front blunt big spin on that second line. I think he does a nollie heel or something on flat, and then front blunt big spin.
Yep. It looks so casual too with the front blunt big spin. I mean,
It just looks like it's easy for him.
Yeah, I forgot what it exactly said in the caption or the little bio thing of Thrasher, but it was like it makes it look so damn effortless. I think that's what it said. I was like, that's perfect way of saying it.
Everything looks easy.
Quote, one of the absolute best, comma, and he makes it look so damn effortless.
Yeah.
It's true. He's really one of the, I'd say, at least like currently in skateboarding, one of the dudes that makes skating like look the most effortless. Mm-hmm. He's up there. Like, it just looks like I watch him skate and I'm like, dude, it's got to be so fun. Like every trick looks.
Yeah. I know, seriously.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to your guys' standout tricks. Did you guys mention the switch heel, switchback lip on the head hitting rail?
So good.
It seems like every filmer gets their head duped right there. I get scared when I see people skating that. I'm like, that filmer needs to back the fuck up. He needs to have like a GoPro with a selfie stick to film over there.
Joe Face got hit in the head on that one with Frankie Villani tried something down it.
That's what I'm saying.
He talked about it. Yeah.
But so did Izzy Mon. I forgot you say Alexis Ramirez filmer. He got hit too.
Yeah.
What's cool about this video part, and I'm pretty sure every single one of Miles, Alan has filmed has filmed Miles since he's like started pretty much skating and making videos. So they're probably pretty in tune with one another, skating and filming wise. So I don't know. It's so sick. It's a really cool combo.
Yeah,
I'm really hyped on this part.
Mm-hmm. That makes me even more excited. Like if he gets on Primitive, him and Alan like having that and how long they've filmed together and how many amazing video projects we've seen them do together, that just makes me so excited to see Miles like in their edits and stuff, you know.
Agreed.
I'm stoked for that. Actually, one thing real quick about the whole Primitive or Miles possibly going there is I did notice there was a handful of filmers for this, but obviously Alan was on the list, and then Eric, I think his last name is Wakura, who's a filmer for Primitive now as well. Bobby Bills, who's been filming for Primitive. And there might have been one other dude. Oh, Alex, Kissinger.
Yep.
All four of those dudes that all four filmed for Primitive were all in this as filmers for Miles for this part. So seeing that at the end, I was like, okay, like that kind of hints at it a little bit as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Drew looks mesmerized.
He's like, damn, this part is fucked.
I just don't. Have you guys noticed that how many tattoos he has on now? Is he trending towards the Nigel and Sheckler route?
I don't think he's gonna be like.
Nah, I don't think he'd go that crazy.
He's down to get like tats on his arms, but I do not expect Miles to post a photo with like a neck tat or something.
Yeah. Same here.
He noticeably has more tattoos though.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's on his way there, man. You're gonna see it. He's gonna get the face tat. It says Miles right here.
His name,
Yeah.
Dude. Face
I'm not gonna lie. I like the name of Miles. As far as your face, I was just kidding about that. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So he's going to Primitive. That sounds like a good place to be home.
Your favorite skaters company.
Yeah. Man, one of my favorite skateboarders, and every time I think of him, I always want to ask Grant his opinion on Mr. John Dilo. They finally rolled out the red carpet. It was already official, but now it's like official with a video part.
It's about time.
So good.
John Dilo, welcome to Almost. Man, I mean, what can you... I still get mesmerized every time someone that's so strong at the manual game and he jumps down the biggest shit in the world. And I just love how he just wants to, in the middle of a run, he'll just kickflip manual, then kickflip out.
Yeah, it's actually cool in this part. He talks about he had a follow-up interview come out on Thrasher, and he talks about he wanted to keep. He only does 2 manuals in this part. It's the opening and the second to last trick. And he said that he just thought it'd be cool to kind of like challenge himself and just step away from the manuals. Obviously, everyone knows he can do more than that. He jumps down huge stuff, skates crazy bump over bars. But I thought it was cool. He just wanted to challenge himself and do some other stuff, and he definitely can. You see him hucking this. He does really cool ledge tricks.
I wouldn't say it's much of a challenge. This guy passed with flying colors. I find it really impressive every time I see. It's a simple trick, but it's not at the same time. It's not a simple trick. A switch shove it in a line. That's fucked, dude. Like every time I think of trying to set up for something like that, I feel like it's just gonna go into a varial.
Yeah.
God bless America.
Yeah.
Switch frontside flips over street gaps. Oh man.
It's just good to see. It's like something that's right. Like I don't know how we've been talking about John Dilo on this podcast for years. Like he's been killing it in skateboarding for so long, and he's been board sponsorless. Like he couldn't find an actual home, and he finally got one. And it's cool. It's really good to see. It's rad.
He reminds me so much of Sibo for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what, the Mannies?
No, his appearance. Huh. It's Sibo with longer hair.
I back his style. It was such a good part. His pop is amazing. I was really hyped on all the. I didn't really notice there wasn't that many manuals until you just said that, Grant, about his interview.
Yeah.
Because that first manual stood out to me. I was like,
so insane.
I was trying to remember, but I looked it up after because I was like, Tori did some type of manual over that rail to manual, but to nose manual, I mean, god damn.
Did Tori do kickflip manual, right?
Hard flip manual.
Hard flip manual. That's crazy.
Oh my god,
that's crazy.
Are you kidding me? That's nuts. I want to stick to John Dilo, but we got to fucking honor Tori Puddle right now. I don't care how long ago that was. That's nuts.
I feel like that happens a lot.
Insane. But dude, kickflip into a nose manual's.
Yeah,
that's heavy.
Going down that thing.
In his interview, he said he tried that one for hours. Like it took a while, which makes sense for something of that craziness.
Grant,
think about just being able to kickflip over that thing for hours without getting tired. Like you would get so tired skating over a rail that tall. That's crazy.
Hey Grant, you notice that skateboarders are? I kind of dig it that they're skating Murlin's rail. Skating Murlin's stair set instead of the rail.
Yeah, John switched it.
Yeah,
switch 14, a long 14.
Huge 14.
I dig it, dude. I like it when they just skate the stair set.
Yeah, I remember Trevor hard flipped it a while back in skate metal park.
Oh, okay. What was it? Figgy Trey flipped it. What else went down on that thing? Oh, Chris Cole kickflip backside over the rail, and then he broke. Yeah, I was gonna say he did the splits, and you're like, oh my god.
You know what's gnarly?
Chris Cole.
This is on the rail, but Figgy's big spin front board, the way his feet are on the front board. They're like just look so close to each other and they don't move.
That's the trick I think of when I think of that spot. This big spin front board.
It looks like it wasn't very comfortable to stand in front board like that down to 14. Like what feet look so close.
Yeah,
like crazy. It was sick. He did it so good, but I just trip out on that.
I just want to give a shout out to John Dilo's shoes, the bumblebee color. I dig it.
Dude, he was running those yellow ones a lot.
Dude, that looks so sick. I also want to give a shout out to Miles' color coordination with the maroon color with his long sleeve, or does it look like it was a crew neck? Whatever it was, I like the color coordination.
You're backing it. Also, I want to say, John, like I mentioned, has that follow-up interview. It's a really cool read. He talks a lot about kind of how things have been since he moved to San Diego and then up to Long Beach and kind of just like pursuing skating. And he recently went out to Europe to skate a contest and ended up just staying out there with Eunice and some of the Grons dudes and filming. And he said a week before the trip, he had his ticket out there. He had a one-way ticket. He had $300 in his bank account. And then he went to the Adidas Day One table contest and he won $5,000.
Right.
So it all kind of worked out. But he was saying dude, I don't even want to think about like how that trip would have gone if I didn't win that contest. Like I had $300 in my account and I bought a one-way ticket. Like it probably would have been so stressful. And he actually talks a lot about like, I think he said like around a year ago or something, just kind of dealing with this whole like not really being able to find a home as far as a board sponsor, just kind of having thoughts of like was this even worth it? Like, I should have just stayed in Florida and like worked for my dad. Like, just kind of, it seemed like it was kind of getting to him that he hasn't had a, like been announced as an AM on a board company still, and was just, just dealing with all that. So it's really cool to read about.
That is. What a hell of a perspective.
When you see the part come out, that's so amazing, and just see stuff going for him.
But so that's also an eye opener, though, too. Isn't that kind of scary? We all know, and that we have praised John Dilo skateboarding for so long, and how talented he is, and the fact that he is having difficulty. God bless America for any other skateboarder that is about like at the 5% level that they're really good, but they're struggling.
Dude, yeah, it's gnarly. I mean, I was reading the interview, and he talked about how he had nights where he was just getting really stressed out with money, and he wasn't sure if skating was really going to work out, and he didn't know what to do. He was saying how he was like waking up at 2 a.m. just like stressing out about it and stuff. And I was just thinking, like, it's so crazy to think about like him, and there's other skaters in the world that are probably dealing with that same thing, that are kind of like going the sponsor route and trying to make skating work, and it's getting stressful and stuff. And then there's us that are like talking about it, and there's kids like wherever around the world, like sitting, like looking at that dude's Instagram or like watching his video part, and they have no idea like how stressed out that dude is just trying to like make skateboarding work. It's just crazy to think about.
That's nuts. Thank you for telling me that. Thanks for sharing that for me and the viewers. That's a different perspective. I would never thought that John Dilo's hurting. John Dilo's, when you switch hill and shit like that, you think life is just full of butterfingers and bitches. Like, everything's going well with you.
Hey, and switch front heel. That switch front heel that he did was so good.
I like that. Can make Grant laugh. Sorry. Anyways,
one other thing I need to touch on. He talks about his ender, that switch ollie down. I think it's like a 14 with a gate at the top, or 16. That's something huge.
Yeah.
Where he lands and he kind of like switch manis off the curb. And he said when he did it, he was like kind of like, oh, should I do it again? Like, I don't know. And then he was saying how he just thinks it's like fitting that he switched manis off the curb because that's like his skating, which I thought was tight. He said he was scared. He said he was really scared to put down the first switch ollie down that, because he said he jumps down big stuff. Obviously, switch heels of 14 in this, like he hucks. But he said when he tried the first switch ollie down that gap, he kicked out, and he said he was like worried, like it felt like the biggest thing he'd ever jumped down. Like he didn't know if he was gonna be able to do it. And he said he was just really scared to put it down because he felt like if he committed that his board was just gonna explode. But it worked out. That sounds like the scariest thing to be thinking, but he got the switch ollie and the part's amazing. So congrats.
Hell yeah. Congrats, John.
Man.
So sick.
That was such a sick switch ollie. I like that he has a similar switch stance to who was someone I was just praising on their switch game just recently. Oh, that's bothering me.
P-Rod?
No. No, all jokes aside. He has like Stefan switch.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah. Do you guys agree, or you guys feel?
I can see it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I fucks with it.
Yeah.
That's some cool shit, man. John Dilo's the raddest. What's going on with here? What's this Supreme Nike SB Dunk low? Oh, we're already talking about the Nike Dunk again? God bless America. Is that KB wringing out his sweat?
KB is right. You watch this one, Reef?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was some of this, there was a lot of skaters, or not a lot. There was like a handful I just didn't know about, but KB obviously stood out to me. And I don't think he had too much footage. Nick Stain, that guy that did the backsmith.
On the chunky concrete ledge?
Yeah. So in One in the Million, the one with the Forrest and Ruben and everyone, wasn't Nick Stain was in that one, I'm pretty sure, too. He was. It's just so sick to see him getting like I've seen him in a good handful of Nike edits, and it's just so sick that he's getting hooked up by them. And
he's in a lot of like quarter snacks stuff.
Yeah, he skates so fast, and I love fast skating. And it doesn't even have to be that gnarly of a trick. And backsmith is a gnarly trick to me on a ledge, but he did it so good. Oh my god, it was so sick. But yeah, some other stuff I wrote down. The kickflip backsmith. Grant, you might have to tell me. I don't know the guy's name that did that.
Vincent.
Yeah,
I don't know how you say his last name. I think it's like Tozuri or Tuzuri. That was insane. Like that thing is so tall.
It looked so crazy, and
that was amazing.
He pulled away from it. I was like, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. It wasn't the picture perfect kickflip backsmith, but like, how can it be? That thing was seriously so tall. Like, he just made it work. It was cool that he made that work.
Yeah, and then I really enjoyed someone I'm not too familiar with is Caleb. His name's Caleb Barnett. I wrote down. I really liked his style. He's a tall skater, and I can relate to that. It was really cool watching his skating. Big kick flip over a can, and he did a really nice tray flip nose slide. So it was a cool edit.
Yeah.
I need help too, Grant. No, who's that guy that looks like Julian Davidson, a skinny Julian Davidson? He does a back tail, and then he pushes, and then does a big spin, fakie manual into the street.
Oh, his name's Greg. I don't know his last name. His Instagram's like Blobby's Greg. He's like the Blobby's crew from Paris. That big spin fakie manual was sick though.
It was.
Yeah, the only thing that, you know me, always in the street, what the fuck you doing there? Where the people at?
Drew needs spotters.
During heavy traffic, hell yeah. Dude, these streets are dangerous, man. You got boats over here being put into flames in Santa Cruz. You can't be fucking around the streets of, where is this? Is this in London? Where is this?
They went to the train station in Milan.
Oh, whoa, what did that guy do? Hold on a second. It looks like he's like grinding the edge of the slope. He did. It's like part of his truck is on the edge, and then it's also firecracking on the stairs.
It's like a firecracker grind.
Firecracker grind, that's tight.
Yeah, that was insane.
Grant dubbed it firecracker grind. I dig it.
Yeah, that was a perfect way to say it.
Man, big spin back tails are really shit. It's the standard now, Reef. Everyone's doing them. No one's.
I love that dude Vincent that did that. His kickflip nose side on the like 2-block ledge, like up onto the second ledge.
Yeah, that was sick too. Yeah, that was rad.
That was dope.
Yeah,
big pop.
Super cool footage in this.
Oh, but Kevin Bradley's tray flip on flat.
Yeah,
one of the best tray flips, dude. He's so good.
See, that's why we need.
Look at his last clip in this.
That's why we need you in a pair of dunks, Grant.
So dope.
What's up?
That's why we need you in a pair of dunks.
Oh, my trays will get more. They'll be better. Look like KBs.
Yeah, they'll look like KBs. He needs to never do a nollie flip ever again, though.
That was so funny, though.
Stay away from that.
I wrote that down. That's funny. I was like, he does one of the coolest lines in the video, and then the nollie flip after was just so funny. But he was just fucking around. But it was funny to see that perfect of a line. Nollie tray was amazing.
No fucking way. Can we move over to the next topic? I didn't know Sora Shirai is in this week's list. Fuck yeah. The guy that's infamous for the 360 big flip. What the fuck? He did, what do they call it? The helicopter flip? This guy's nasty.
Hey,
Robbie Brocco used to do that one. I mean, he might still. Yep. He did it down some stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Too.
Dude, Brocco, I fuck with Brocco. Brocco, as I told you on the podcast before, Brocco doesn't look like he's supposed to skate, but he skates really fucking well.
I agree.
He actually looks like the way skateboarding is supposed to be. Like you're supposed to work hard for it. At least that's what I can relate to. Not this fucking Shane O'Neill, everything looks easy and you're pissed because they look like they did it first try. Yeah, Miles too, yeah. Miles is... Mm-hmm. Hey, wait, do you have any thoughts on this part, Grant? I'm really interested in your thoughts on Sora.
Dude, my thoughts is that for sure. Well, you know one thing I wrote down? He's been doing good at contests, but even watching the part made me think like, Nyjah and Yuto, you guys better be watching out. Like this dude's bag of tricks. It's not at all the same tricks as Yuto. I want to make sure I say this correctly, but he makes me think of Yuto because they both have very unique bag of tricks that other people...
fucked up, Grant.
No, they both have a bag of tricks that no one else does. Like Yuto with the nollie 180 switch feebles and the crazy like switch back 180 back nose grind or whatever you want to say, like down the rails that he does. Switch front hurricane. Like Yuto has that whatever I'm trying to say, those tricks. And Sora has the crazy like 180 fakie 5-0, alley-oop 180 switch 50, 180 switch crook like down huge stuff, back 180 switch front 50 like alley-oop. Like very unique, and he's doing them in the streets on gnarly spots. The ender on UCI is insane. Alley-oop 180 switch grind down a round handrail, like
I wrote that down. That was crazy.
Yeah, if you're one of those contest dudes, you better be watching out. And
Watch the
clearly you can do it in the street, so it's pretty nuts.
Obviously, yeah, exactly. This was my first street video part of him. I had no idea. I had no idea he skates shit like that.
Where had you heard him from? Contest or something?
Hell yeah, I heard about him in Street League. The fucking helicopter bullshit.
I remember he was doing that.
He was the helmet kid. He's the helmet kid.
Yeah, he's the helmet kid.
He's the helmet because he's 17.
Yeah. He's only 17. Yo,
I know.
Yo, fuck just Yuto. Deshaun's in trouble. Nigel's in trouble. Kelvin Hofler's in trouble. Everyone's in trouble. He's only 17 years old doing helicopter flips.
Have you seen it in the party yet? It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was amazing.
He made me cry.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucked. Everyone's fucked.
Hey, I got a question.
He's
on Blind. And I'm not saying Blind isn't like a prominent company or anything, but Yuto was on Blind and he got picked up pretty quick. I don't know. After this part came out, people are gonna see it.
He needs some time.
It's some pretty.
He needs some time before he gets on the Prim Squad level. But Paul's looking at him.
No, I'm thinking, dude, I'll just follow Yuto and get over there with April. I mean, I can see that.
Are they cordial? Do they hang out? Are they friends?
Who, Yuto and Sora?
Yeah.
I want to say yeah, but I'm honestly not positive.
Yeah, he might be too young. Maybe after he gets the helmet off, maybe they'll take another look.
But Yuto's pretty young too, I think.
Yeah, Yuto's 20, I think.
I mean, that's young.
Yeah, but he's not wearing the helmet. Oh, but he's not going to the bars.
He's over 18.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, did you guys see TJ Rogers film some of that stuff? That's tight.
Yeah, they do show him. Like,
I always love when skaters are filming. That's my.
It's just cool to see that there's dudes that are down to just help out.
Exactly.
It's just sick.
It's the
even
best.
if they're sitting behind a tripod, just hitting the record button.
Nah, that's not filming. Fuck those guys. Those guys need.
What's funny actually? Today on Instagram, Jake Hayes was doing like a Q&A thing, and someone asked him about filming, and he was like, yeah, I'm not like the best, but I can get the job done. Like I'm down to help on a trip or something like that. I thought that was tight.
Yeah, I like that. VHS Mag. What is that? Whose name is that?
It's that's actually it's like I think it's Japanese magazine.
Oh,
Skate
okay.
Mag. I think someone that works for them must have filmed like some of that older footage that was in Japan. Some of that stuff looked a little older than the rest. So it must be from
edited by Bruno. You guys know who Bruno is?
I don't.
Oh,
nope.
All right. Well, it's time for his favorite segment, the Grant's Grant.
He's back. He's already been discussed on the show for winning X Games, for having his colorway of a shoe come out.
Paul Rodriguez.
Oh, cold that you would interrupt me like that. Ishod Wair at Garvanza Park. Devontae Jolly filmed it. We can't play the music on here for copyright, but if you go on your own Instagram and go watch it, it's to a Frank Ocean song, and it just goes so well. And Ishod just looks good as always, like floating around, skating the pyramid, the flat bar, the pool, just killing everything in sight. I loved it. I don't know. The footage was so cool. Devontae put it together really cool. Back knows what in the pool is amazing. Shod's just the best.
Can you talk about the Frank Ocean debacle? What he had to go through to post it again?
Yeah, so Devontae Jolly, who filmed it and edited it, he posted it and he took it down. And I was like, dude, why is that gone? Like, I need this video. So I was like, I was about to DM Devontae. I don't know him, but I was going to be like, look, I need this video. And then he put on his story. So I was like, okay, well, can't really save it from his story. And not that I know of, but at least I can watch it right now. And then he ended up posting on Twitter. So I was like, all right, sick. I found a way to save it from Twitter. So I got it from Twitter. And then Devontae ended up posting it again later on Instagram with no music. He said for copyright reasons, Instagram was taking it down, which was a bummer because the Frank Ocean song goes so sick with it. It got deleted off his story too, I think. And then Ishod ended up posting it yesterday, and it's still there. He tagged Devontae. The caption, I think, says, like, add Devontae Jolly, let's see how long this lasts. Yeah, Ishod's got the Frank song, and it's still there.
Oh, wow.
Devontae's post lasted like a couple minutes, so Ishod's got it. But I don't know. Maybe that's what happens when you get
Ishod
your
got
own
more
shoe.
pull. He's like, fuck you, bitches.
Yeah, Ishod's like, nah, came out. Let me just get that post. So it's just kind of funny, but I was just glad because once I guess Twitter doesn't do the whole copyright thing. So once I saw Devontae put on Twitter, I saved it right there. I was like, if this video disappears, I need it. So it's on my camera.
When did Instagram start
Good
doing
choice.
copyright shit?
It's been a little while now. I'd say probably a little while, year and a half, 2 years, but it's kind of getting more strict. And what I've heard is that if it's under 30 seconds, you won't really get a copyright. I actually saw someone comment that on Devontae's post, like, "Oh, you got to keep it under 30 seconds." And he replied, he was like, "Yeah, I know, but sometimes it's more than 30 seconds or whatever,
Yeah.
like this, like a whole minute edit." But yeah, so
Oh, that's interesting.
that's the deal. Shout out to Ishod.
Yeah, that was a dope one.
So good.
I got a healthy question for both of you.
Oh, the healthy question.
Here he comes.
So we're all skateboarders. None of us are perfect. How many of you have hit the camera lens and did some damage?
Reef's got a story. I could.
I'd have hit my friend Micaiah's lens plenty of times. It sucks, but it is what it is. I mean, it just, especially with the fisheye, you want to get close, and you'd think maybe because I'm a taller guy, you'd want to get a little bit farther away, but it's just what it is. I just for some reason I have one just replaying in my head. It was at the skate park too, so that's what kind of sucks that it happened to be at a skate park. But I literally just chopped off the fisheye pretty much, and you could see it in the clip, like he picks up the fisheye and everything. I just felt, I don't know, it's not a good feeling.
Yeah,
but
of course.
like you said, we're not perfect and it happens. So yeah, I would say probably good close to 10 times I've hit the lens. So
And did damage?
Nah, it was about half. Almost every other one was pretty impactful to the camera or to the lens, but yeah, it just happens.
Hey, Grant, do me a favor. Make sure when Daniel comes back over here, make sure he's not filming Reeve.
I was gonna say I'm sure I've hit a lens and I'm just not remembering it, but I've never actually done real damage to a camera. Thankfully,
Yeah, I've
because
had
I'm gonna feel
people
pretty bad when I do.
I've had people smack it pretty good, but no one. I've been really fortunate. I mean, you guys saw in the most recent Let's Go Skate, fucking Jordan Pierce really smacked that thing off, and luckily the iPhone death lens is. I was more concerned about on the phone, frankly, than the lens.
Yeah.
Although the lens wasn't cheap either, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I did almost hit Daniel. So
I've been hit. I've actually been hit by a flying skateboard in the Apollo video. I still got the scar on my head. And then my friend, his name is his real name is Kevin, but we all call him Data from the Goonies. He's the Asian kid. And he shot the board out, was trying to shove it, hit my head, and he said, "Is your mom gonna trip?" It was kind of
that was his first question.
Yeah. Well, no. His first question was make sure I was okay.
Okay, good.
Did you draw blood? Were you bleeding?
Yeah, I was bleeding, but it wasn't. I asked. I didn't need stitches, but I asked my dad. My dad recommended. He said you probably should have put some super glue on there to make it not to make the scarring less apparent. And I didn't even know you could put super glue on your skin on an open wound. I would think it's toxic. Did you guys were aware of that?
I've heard of it just from my brother doing it, but it does seem pretty crazy. Yeah.
I know when you go out on rafting and stuff, and you get a cut, they have super glue usually on standby because you're on the water. So, and that stuff's usually pretty good in the water too. So
yeah,
it's pretty quick. It's a quick fix.
Well, here's a quick fix, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Later, skaters.